Mississippi. You are tuned into your radio happy hour. That's the Good Things. I'm your host, Rebecca Turner. Now, don't forget, you can listen to Good Things. We are streaming live over at supertalk.fm. We're also streaming from the SuperTalk Mississippi app. And, of course, we're always on your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. You can watch us, too. We are on your computer, even your mobile device. Just head on over to supertalktv.com. Now, won't you all that's got family, maybe a few dogs, imagine loading them all up on a bus, traveling the country to give away books and encouraging reading. It sounds like fun, potentially. Yep, and a lot of work. But that's exactly what Matt and Robbi did. They are the founders of Busload of Books, and they recently rolled through North Pike Elementary School in Summit, Mississippi. Welcome, Robbi and Matthew.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. We're happy to be here.
Well, I'm excited about this. We actually got to talk to the librarian, Miss Becky of North Pike, I guess a couple of months ago when they knew you guys were coming, and to say she was excited is an understatement. So you finally got to take your trip to Mississippi. So how was it?
Oh, my goodness. I don't even know how to put into words the full community embrace, the warmth, the excitement, the joy, the inspiration that the community provided us. As very special guests. They made us feel, just as you said, that they've been anticipating our visit, and they did everything possible to make us feel welcome.
Well, and I think what you're doing, though, just underscores what Miss Becky and so many school librarians across Mississippi and the country try to do every day, is try to encourage reading and get kids excited about it. But you guys just kind of took it to a whole nother level by Busload of Books. So how did all of this get started for you and your family?
Well, we live in a community. We're interested in supporting public schools that maybe have a few less resources than a lot of public schools. We're visiting Title I public schools in every state, and Title I is a federal designation, which means that I think the number is 40% or higher students qualify for free and reduced lunch, which often means that there's many other things that the schools need resources for. So that was the aim of our tour, and so we've been visiting schools across the country, and we came to North Pike, and Miss Becky was so prepared and so excited for our visit.
We visited enough schools that we can really tell when someone has done the work of preparing their community for our visit by making them familiar with our books, by explaining what an opportunity it is for us to be there, by doing the activities and drawing tutorials we set in advance. Let me just paint a picture for you. As we entered the school on the day of our visit, we went into the kindergarten, first grade, and second grade hallway. And all along the hallway, all the teachers and students were lining the hall as we walked in. Jingle Bell Rock was playing. Everybody was dancing and cheering. We've never felt like bigger rock stars, and they really made us feel that way. And what's most important is the kids felt that way. Kids felt like someone important was coming to their school. And so they got a special day where they got to talk about books and get lots of hugs, give lots of hugs, and see our colorful bus and meet our kids and our dog. And we all had a really good time. And it was started the night before. I mean, Becky did something really special, which is she got us a place in the Summit Christmas Parade. So we got to drive our bus down the main street of Summit with all sorts of people.
Tossing out treats.
She got fortune cookies.
She got fortune cookies for us to toss out.
She brought lights to decorate our bus. I mean, Becky Meeman gets the MVP award for all that she did for her community to make this event really special and take advantage of the opportunity.
Well, that's just that Mississippi hospitality for you. But yes, she definitely. I even saw you got a cake, Robbi. I think for coming, or Matt is for coming in too. And so, but the idea too is just this excitement. And you know, the kids were excited, but they also were excited because they got to walk away with a book. And you guys were intentional about not just being a bus, but you are a busload of books. And so, the schools that you pick out, how much does it mean to the kids to actually be able to go home with a book of their own?
A lot of the schools that we visit are in book deserts, which just basically means there are no bookstores nearby. There's not a public library that's within easy access. Some of the schools don't have libraries in the school itself. So a lot of the kids that we are visiting, this might be the first book that they've ever owned or the first new book that they've ever owned. So we're making it our purpose to give out brand new books that have a hardcover. They're hardcover books. So for a lot of the kids, it's the first time that they've ever had a hardcover book.
And what we do is we give presentations, age-appropriate presentations, one for K through 1 and one for 2 through 5 or 6. And in those presentations, we talk about our own stories coming to create the struggles that we've gone through to develop our writing and our illustration skills and careers. And we try to connect the book that we're giving the kids to ourselves, the people who created it. We try to make ourselves be as down-to-earth and approachable and as goofy and real as possible so that the kids can say when they walk away, I met those people. Those people made this book. I'm going to read this book because I met them. I learned how it was made. But then we hope the next step is also, wait, they're just regular people. They tell stories. They draw pictures. I can do that too. So our presentations are a lot about creative empowerment. Yes, we want them to read, but we want to see them as people who also have lives full of stories worth telling and who have the capacity to do their own creating in whatever form or shape it takes.
Which one of your books did you guys leave behind there at North Pike?
So we left 2 books for the pre-K and first graders. It's I guess it's kindergarten through first graders at North Pike. It's a picture book called Everywhere Wonder. It's about a little boy who sort of is exploring in books these big, amazing, beautiful places like the Grand Canyon or going to the moon, but then noticing that there are amazing, interesting things right in your own backyard, that there's ants to look at, that there's the bustling town streets that you live in. So that's the book that we give to the little kids.
And when we talk about that book, we say how that book came about by looking at things in the world that fill us with wonder and excitement and surprise. And we're trying to give that as a tool to the kids. Hey, when you're moving through your own lives, when you're moving through the world, pay attention to the things that fill you with wonder and excitement and surprise, and those are the sparks for your own story. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yes, no, that's okay. So the book for the older kids is called Ben Yokoyama and the Cookie of Doom. It's book 1 in a chapter book series that right now I think there's 6 books in the series. It's super highly densely illustrated. There's illustrations on every page. And so that means that the books end up being, they're probably 250 pages long or so.
They're kind of like a graphic novel crossed with a picture book.
Yeah.
So that the kids who might be a little hesitant to read have lots of illustrations to lead them through the narrative. So they're not confronting a sea of words. They're getting an opportunity to read a bigger book than they might think that they're capable of reading. They're building confidence. They're hopefully having fun and getting hooked on a series that will lead them into other reading experiences.
And the series, the basic premise of the series is that Ben, who's the hero of the story, he gets a fortune cookie at the beginning of each story and reads the fortune in the cookie and then takes it very literally. So it's a lot about literal language versus figurative language.
And it's about the fact that if you're confused as a kid, if the world seems complicated and you don't quite know what to make of it, you're not alone, and that there are people there to help you to make your way. So
and they're fun. They're fun and silly.
They're funny, they're silly, but they're full of important lessons.
Yeah.
The series is called the Cookie Chronicles series. I don't think we said that yet.
No.
But yeah. And we've had a lot of luck with the kids reading the book before we get there. After we leave, we've gotten great feedback about kids being excited about their books, reading their books, and makes my heart happy telling their own stories.
Well, I think it's wonderful, and the kids obviously look excited to have them. It's something special. If you've inspired someone with some of your stories, where can any of us go to get your books? Or not that the busload of books will come to every school in Mississippi, so that was something special, but I think everyone can get a copy of their own, can't they?
Absolutely. It should be at libraries or requestable through libraries. Any of the big online retailers that sell books will have our books. Your local independent bookstore. Basically, anywhere books are sold should either have them or would be able to get them for you.
So how's life on the bus?
Oh, well, I love life on the bus. I was saying to Robbi, if we didn't have kids who wanted to return to in-person school next year, I might just keep doing this forever. Love being with my family. I love our daily adventures. And I absolutely love going into schools and using our books as a tool to help people discover the joy of writing and creativity. So I love it. Robbi, what do you think?
Matthew was like, I love it, as if I were going to say, I hated it. Terrible.
I didn't want to put words in your mouth.
I also love it.
Yeah.
Not just the school visits and getting to know these communities. It's just been an amazing road trip for our family. So on top of the wonderful experience that we're having in the schools, we're also getting a wonderful experience with our family, getting to see the country. Our country is incredible and diverse, and there's all kinds of amazing people and places that we've been.
Beyond the really cool things we've seen, we've been to a cranberry bog in Wisconsin. We went to the sand dunes of Indiana. We kayaked with manatees in Florida. So all these really cool things we're doing. But my favorite part is as we drive around, we meet people from every background, every walk of life, every corner of the country, rural and urban, everywhere we've gone. We just met interesting, fun, open-hearted, generous people.
But you only met one Miss Becky there at North Pike Elementary, and so she's the librarian of the century. But I'm so excited for you guys to share your story. I'm so grateful you got to come to Mississippi. If y'all ever come back, let us know. The bus can't retire. Y'all will figure out something else for that. And Happy New Year, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving us a chance to talk to your listeners. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up.